Nigeria, a vibrant tapestry of places, people, stories, struggles, and unshakable spirits. Politicians make promises, but who really holds them accountable? I'm Tony Kubara, and this isn't just about politics. This is about us. This is where we confront the hard truths that few say publicly. Welcome to a special edition of Nigeria Unfiltered. 31 years ago, four of my uncles, Edward Kubani, Albert Bade, Sam Orage, and Theophilus Orage, were brutally assassinated by fellow Ogonis who regarded them as political opponents. Not too long afterwards, Ken Saro-Wiwa, the environmental activist and writer, along with 8 of his supporters, were executed for inciting or committing this gruesome murder. Now, I've actually said murder in the singular because we tend to regard these 4 fallen heroes as a collective, a group known as the Ogoni 4. But really, the truth is that there were 4 different murders and 4 different families torn apart in the most unimaginably painful and tragic way. My father, the late Ignatius Swage Kubara, narrowly escaped this massacre. And that's one of the reasons that I've been personally involved in this toxic drama for the past 3 decades. And you know, those who did not escape have never been found. Their bodies have never been returned by those who killed them. Empty coffins featured at their funerals. And there have been endless accusations and counter-accusations over the years. The pro-Ken camp say that the Ogoni 4 were killed by the government or the army with collusion from Shell, the oil company, blah, blah, blah. I don't believe it. We think that our uncles and fathers were killed by the Ogoni 9. Well, maybe not by Ken personally, but, you know, people around him on his instructions. The point, let's fast forward to 2025. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has actually behaved like a father and a leader, what Igbos would call a jimba, in this matter, and decided to try and bring all this poison, unproductive, destructive poison to an end. What he has done is he has conferred national honors on Ken and the other 8, the Ogoni 9, and this week he conferred national honors on the Ogoni 4. And where I and many, many Ogoni 4 supporters and family members stand is that we are willing to follow the president's lead and give peace a chance. And by the way, the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, has also played a very important role in all this. And I can tell you that he has played he's been so gracious and hardworking around this issue. And we are willing, most of us, to stand by the president and the NSA and give peace a chance. However, the Ogoni 9 camp have already started making trouble. And 1 or 2 of them are saying that Ken must be exonerated and pardoned, plus the other 8. And what I would like to say is that even if they genuinely believe that Ken and the other 8 are innocent. And I don't think that all of them really believe that. But I know some of them genuinely believe that Ken was innocent. They should accept a compromise that will make unity possible. Let sleeping dogs lie. Don't insist on exoneration or pardon, because the other camp is not insisting that the bodies of their patriarchs be returned before they can consider the possibility of peace and take it very, very seriously. Whenever there's a quarrel, both sides have to find some kind of middle ground or compromise for the quarrel to be concluded in a good way. And what I would say is that there's some things that we should just park for now, maybe forever, and focus on building bridges, fixing some of the relationships that were destroyed by this conflict. Because many of us are somehow related. Even, I don't even want to talk about my relationship with Ken and his family, his immediate family, before all this happened. Let's just say it was a very cordial relationship I had with them. And it would just be nice, actually, if we could go back to the days when we were all basically on the same page and focused on taking Ogoniland forward to a bright new dawn. And sometimes you have to forgive and forget, or at least forgive, or at least forget, for any kind of reconciliation to be possible. So that's just what I wanted to say in this special edition of Nigeria Unfiltered, is that peace will only be possible if both sides let certain things go. Insisting on this or insisting on that at this stage is not a positive way of moving forward, unless you enjoy perpetual wahala and you want us all to be enemies and at each other's throats for the rest of our lives, and possibly for the fight to be inherited by our children and grandchildren. So I just want to say, let's respect Mr. President's attempts to bring us together. Let us thank him and the National Security Advisor and consider the advantages of moving on from the tragic events of 30 years ago. Thank you very much for listening.